Blizzard is around the corner. I am just going to make a quick little video on my predictions for BlizzCon. I'm going to be calling in sick to work so we can watch it. I'm going to be streaming it. And you might be wondering why I'm doing this when I'm a private server coverage kind of person. I play private servers because I don't believe Blizzard, as of right now, is doing a good job preserving, and I'm only talking about Warcraft, I'm not talking about the other franchises. I don't believe they're doing a good job, as of right now, preserving what is the core, the soul, the just everything about Warcraft. I've been saying this for a long time, and finally people are starting to wake up. People like Alkalon, people like Belluar, people even like Nobble, all these people, Asmongold already talked about it, and so many other people, big name people that used to frickin' be White Knights for Blizzard. They're all waking up and seeing what I've been saying for years, which is there's no war in Warcraft anymore. And the few times Blizzard has tried to put war into Warcraft, they completely go left field. That's why it's like, oh, Blizzard can't write war stories. Or no, it's not that okay, they're correct. Blizzard cannot write war stories because every time they try, they don't even attempt at it. They skew off suddenly in the other direction. Oh, we have to join together to fight this other big bad. They do this every fucking time. The only time that was good when they did that was Wrath of the Lich King. Wrath of the Lich King, both sides fucking hated each other. They were fighting each other in Icecrown, but they still managed to defeat the Lich King. They said, even after the big gunship battle, and then you fought Saurfang Jr., and they're like, oh, okay, you know, let's chill for a second, let's focus. We focused, we got it done. Once Arthas was done, alright, let's go back to killing each other. There's mutual respect for each other, but at the same time, there's tension, and there's still skirmishes in Cataclysm. There's still skirmishes. We still hate each other. We're still at war, even though it's not a full-on war like the Fourth War that they try to do in Battle for Azeroth, which, if they had just stuck to the full-blown war story, I actually, with the exception of the Rastigan bullshit and let's say Sylvanas' story didn't skew into the void, or not void shit, but Shadowlands shit, alright? Let's say it was just Horde versus Alliance. There was a lot of good stuff in there. I liked Jaina's story, not the Rastigan story, and all this other stuff, and they did a very good job. And when I wasn't at BlizzCon, but I watched the reaction video, if you listen to people, they're like, yeah, let's go! Even Mr. Pandaria, when they're like, oh, this is gonna be there's no true end villain for us to join together to fight, like Deathwing, like all these other ones. It is Horde versus Alliance, manifest destiny into this new land, and the Pandaren have to kind of teach them mutual respect and balance. And even then, the Pandaren were not pacifists. They fought. They would fight both sides. They would fight for the other sides. What they did was they fought for what they believed in. They fought for peace. That doesn't mean that they're completely pacifist. And that was Varian's story in all throughout the entire game, up through Legion. He fought for peace, and it was Anduin who taught them that, and Anduin started to learn that by BFA. What did Varian say? I now know that peace is an admirable goal. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what it said, but I know peace is the goal, but you must be willing to fight for it. And then he comes out, that's what we want, right? Not this pussy shit in fucking Dragonflight and all this other cosmic fucking bullshit in Shadowlands. Like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, so that is why I play private servers. But why am I going to watch BlizzCon? Well, because a couple of reasons. I am still passionate about the Warcraft universe, as you just saw. Even though right now in retail it is just fucked. I want it to be good. We don't have to. Probably Classic WoW is going to have to be the redemption story of Warcraft, probably, but I want something new. That's why I gravitate to Turtle WoW. I'm sure all of you guys who are watching gravitated to Turtle WoW, gravitated to Epoch WoW. They're classic, they have classic there, but there's new stuff too. We want new stuff. We don't want to have to replay vanilla over and over and over and over again. That's why I didn't play Everlook, because I don't want to play a Blizz like same shit over again. I want something new, but I want it in the same spirit, the same soul. And I believe retail, it has the chance, it has the possibility to become that again. And with Chris Metzen back, that doesn't mean it's a 100% guaranteed, but there's that small amount of copium, hopium, whatever you want to call it. It's there. Is it going to happen in this new expansion that we know is going to be announced? I don't know. I'm going to say 50-50. I'll say this is going to be the try to fix everything expansion. I don't even know what this expansion is. Is it going to be void? Is it going to be light? Who the fuck knows? But I think this is going to be the true stepping stone. Now, Dragonflight has some good things about it. That doesn't mean it's a good expansion. I say the same thing about Legion. Legion has some good things in it, but it's not a good expansion. And Warlords of Draenor, there are good things about Warlords of Draenor. That doesn't make it a good expansion. So I believe those good things that, because they were saying how Dragonflight was supposed to be a stepping stone into the new era of World of Warcraft, they can take the good things, use that foundation, and take the next step. Now, because this step is so far down from Shadowlands and from the bullshit that Dragonflight itself brought on, this is going to be a middle step up. We're not to the top yet, and there's no way we can reach all the way to the top and pull up. Blizzard is going to have to take that next step, middle step up, and I believe that's what this next expansion is going to be. I do not have high hopes for this next expansion at all, but I want to see it go into the right direction. So, that being said, I also want to see if they're going to announce Classic Plus, and so long as they ban bots, ban gold selling, and by the way, if you hear sound effects, sorry, they're watching a movie back there. If they do all of that and they do not bring in the token at all, there's a chance Classic Plus will succeed. Just copy private servers, fucking do it. We want you to do it, and then build upon that. Do all your stuff. Add sandbox elements, add horizontal progression, and yeah, add the vertical progression too. I'm not saying go completely horizontal, but we need that horizontal. We need that expanding the world instead of going from zone to zone to zone like all the expansions do. No more expansions, just do updates. Same thing with OSRS. Just do updates on the world itself. Just add stuff for all levels, all people. Do that. And I believe Classic Plus will succeed. Now, we want to see if it's going to be a thing in the first place. That's another reason why I'm going to be streaming Blizzcon to see if it's going to happen or not, because I think there's a high chance, it's the talk even from Blizzard's side, even from the White Knights, it's high up there, and the fact that they're going to be covering it for an hour puts that probability up here. So, God, I just ate, so I'm like... So... I think there's a very high chance Classic Plus is going to be announced this BlizzCon. Now, like I said, I'm going to be calling in sick to work. So, I live on the East Coast of America. So, I'm going to be telling you the time frame of when this is going to be happening for me. You're going to have to translate it for yourself of wherever you live. Now, for me, East Coast America... I'm going to be starting the stream about a half hour early, maybe 15 minutes early, but the intro, the opening ceremony, as you were, where it's going to have all of the trailers, it's going to be at 2 p.m. Friday, this coming Friday, or tomorrow, or whenever I post this video. So, it's going to be 2 p.m., and I'm going to start my stream about a half hour, 15 minutes, roughly, before the opening ceremony, so we can get everybody in, whoever wants to watch. We could talk, shoot shit, whatever, and get hyped up. We're going to do that. Now, That's gonna last roughly an hour to an hour and a half. It really depends on how many announcements they have for, they're gonna do Diablo. I doubt it, but they're probably gonna do StarCraft. I don't think they're gonna do StarCraft, but if it's there, it's there. Probably Hearthstone, probably that Arclight Rumble bullshit, Hearthstone, anything else that they have to talk about, they're gonna be talking about there. Possibly some other stuff, I'm gonna bring that up in a second. And so it could probably go on for an hour and a half, roughly. Now, from there, 4 p.m. is going to be the World of Warcraft What's Next, and that's going to last 1 hour. And then 6 p.m., we're going to have the Classic WoW What's Next, which is an hour. So from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., that's 4 hours. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming the whole time. We'll have to wait and see how I feel, if I'm just going to be talking, shooting the shit, or whatever between the panels. I'll probably be talking a lot about what was announced to kind of eat up the time. Worst case scenario, if I have to go away or whatever, I'll just put on the be right back sign. But anyway, what do I think will be announced? Now, there could be a lot of things that could be announced for the World of Warcraft retail, let's say, because with Classic, it's either nothing happens, season of well, it can't be nothing because we're going to be talking about it for an hour, but I'm putting that as an option. So nothing happens, they just talk shit about it, like our journey through Classic WoW, where it started and where it ended. They could release Cataclysm Classic. I doubt it, but they might. Classic Plus, or just another season of Mastery, season of Hardcore, whatever the fuck. With Retail WoW, there's a possibility of 5 expansions. Now, there's super good leaks that have come out, which already I think that is what's going to be happening, but let's go over the 5 anyway. You have the Void expansion, which that's the one I do not want. I do not want to deal with Void, Old Gods, nothing like that. At least nothing in an extraterrestrial kind of sense. I fucking hate that. If it was a world revamp and then we had Void that we had to take care of on Azeroth, for sure, maybe, but I don't want to go into a Void zone. I don't want to go into space. I don't want to do none of that fucking bullshit. There could be an Army of the Light expansion, which would take place on Azeroth, Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, which would mean world revamp as well, and it would be the Alliance, or at least a section of the Alliance, which are the villains, in the same way that, Garrosh and his True Horde, or Sylvanas and her Forsaken factions were villains that were within the Horde, and then the rest of the Horde broke off and fought them and yada yada. So Alliance, they're overdue. Army of the Light, you get, what's his name, Turalian and Yeril and all those other people, Lightbound, or Lightforged, Garrosh, and all of them, and it's the rest of the Alliance and the Horde fighting them back. So that's another one. Pirate expansion, doubt it, but I want it. The Dwarf expansion, which is the highly likely thing that's going to be happening with the Avalorn and Kaz Algar and all this other stuff, that is the leak that came out and highly likely to be it. From what I saw the leaks, we'll have to wait and see how that... Chris has to sell me on it. Chris is the only one who can sell me on it. If he can't, no one can. And then from there, which could also be a possibility of the Dwarven expansion, is also the Elemental expansion. But when I say Elemental, I'm talking full-on Ragnaros and Neptune. Even though Ragnaros is gone, that's what I think, as like big Fire Lord, big Water Lord, Earth Lord, and Wind Lord clashing. And that, again, could be another world revamp possibility. Going to the Firelands, going to Abyssal Depths, I think it was called, going back to Deepholm, and Skywall, I believe, is the plane of air. Skywall. Anyway, so that's what I think of with Elemental expansion. However, the Dwarven expansion could also bring that in, because we have Earthen and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that is what I think. Now, for the last part of this video, I went ahead and I've already posted this on my communities tab, so if you would like to join in, I'm just pulling it up on my screen here, because I am not prepared. You are not prepared. if you would like to join in on playing a bingo game once it loads up. Come on. Anyway, I made a bingo card, and if you would like to join in and play, I have already provided it on my communities tab. There it is, on my communities tab for everyone to join in and play. I've also provided a blank one. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. I've provided a. Oh my god. It said no. I've provided a blank one if people want to make their own. Now, oh, there it is. There's the blank one. I don't know, my computer is... There we go. So there's the blank one. Go get it if you want to make your own. This one's mine if you want to play mine. So I'm going to go through them real quick. So we have at the very top one right here, a content showcase or a trailer showcase, doesn't matter, of 10.2, 10.3 possibility, question mark. If they announce a Void X Pact is the second one. If they announce a new class, the possibility for a Warcraft Netflix show, which has been highly rumored around the space, so we don't know if that's going to be a thing or not, but it's been highly rumored. A new race for the next expansion. Phil Spencer from Microsoft coming out on stage. We have Cataclysm Classic being announced. A political statement or display, which could mean anywhere from a pride pin to, whatever, or free Hong Kong kind of bullshit. It doesn't matter who says it, it just needs to be said. Even if that fucking weird kid shows back up and is like, vote for, what did he say? Vote for Joe Biden or whatever he said. I don't remember, but anyway. The announcement of Classic Plus, both the content trailer and the CGI trailer for World of Warcraft. So by that, I mean like the in-game cinematic where they showcase all of the like level 80, new continent, all that kind of stuff, which typically they show. And the CGI trailer, which they don't always show that at BlizzCon. It's been very rare when they do. So if they show the actual CGI opening animation trailer, then we can check that off. Okay, so the next one, which is right above my head there, Warcraft 4 announcement, which I highly doubt it would be announced as of right now. Possibility for the next BlizzCon, given what Phil Spencer has said about allowing Blizzard to work on old IPs again if they wanted to. So Warcraft 4 is a possibility in the future. I doubt it would be announced now, but I put it on there anyway. The Titan expansion was another one I forgot to mention earlier, but the just Titan stuff, right? Chris Metzen, which is in the free spot, is on stage, because we know it's going to happen. That's why I put it in the free spot. So, Chris Metzen showing up on stage. The Pirate expansion, a meme moment, which could be anything that's funny, anything that could be memeable. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be, don't you have phones, to red shirt guy, obliterating them, anything. It can be anything. So, the one that's behind my head directly now is Anduin returning. So you see Anduin somewhere that he's returning from his travels. Avaloran, which is there, a new gimmick for the expansion. So by that, I mean anything that looks like it's going to be shit, or the gimmick or whatever, in terms of Battle for Azeroth had Warfronts, Dragonflight had Dragon Riding, Shadowlands had Torghast, the new gimmick, right? The Army of the Light expansion, the Elemental expansion, more questions than answers, which is going to be a high possibility because there is no Q&A in this BlizzCon. They've completely canceled the Q&A out of BlizzCon, and they rescheduled it for after the fact, which on one hand, I'm going to play devil's advocate as well as why I think that's stupid. Okay, so the good thing about that is it allows everyone to settle and think about, okay, so let's say it's Avalorn. Okay, so now the hype is settled. We thought about it. Okay, now we can actually process what kind of questions do we want instead of the on the moment, hey, are we gonna have pink dresses in this next expansion? Yeah? Awesome, because you know the open Q&A, the live Q&A, there's always some fucking retards that ask stupid ass questions that have nothing, and they waste time when you could be asking an actual question, right? So that's the good side about it. The bad side about it is when they decide to do the actual Q&A on the expansion, it is going to be heavily monitored. They're going to nitpick questions and only pick questions that are like baseline whatever. They're not going to ask good questions. They're not going to at least pick the good questions. So that's the downside. Now, the last 4 of them on here are if there is a world revamp, if they add sailing to the game, which I believe if we had the pirate expansion, it would be the next gimmick. But the reason why I put that on here, even though I highly doubt there will be a pirate expansion, is because there have been rumors that there is a possibility of a boat or a sailing mechanic within the Avalorn expansion. So because the rumor is there, I put it on there. It's a bingo list. Who cares? The last 2 are Dragon Flying Returns, but instead of calling it Dragon Flying, it's going to be what they've already made names for it, but it's going to be called like Dynamic Flying versus Standard or Static Flying, something like that. So they're bringing back the Dynamic Flying, Dragon Flying, whatever you want to call it, but they're going to have new mounts with the same mechanical features, which I think they've already been teasing that they are doing with griffins and other creatures. And then the last one is if they announce that Warcraft is going to be on the Xbox Game Pass or the Microsoft Game Pass. I doubt they're going to announce anything other than that in terms of payment plan. Like, I doubt they're going to announce free-to-play and all that kind of shit. So that's the only one I put on here because that's the most feasible one. I don't know if it's going to be announced this year or possibly next year. We'll find out at BlizzCon. So that's going to be my BlizzCon prediction video, my bingo sheet if you want to play, or if you just want to make your own from the blank one. Again, it's in my communities tab on YouTube. If you want to play along, make your own bingo card, whatever, join me Friday, tomorrow, whenever it is, for the stream. We're gonna check out what Blizzard has to offer, if it's gonna hype me up or not, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna see you guys later. By the way, before I get off this video, comment down below, what snacks should I bring? Should I get wings? Should I get fries? Should I get cookies? What snacks should I eat for BlizzCon? I always get snacks. I always go for... not so much in the last year or 2, but I've always treated BlizzCon like a football game, and I've gone full out. Let's go. What snacks should I eat? What snacks are you gonna eat?